The saying, "We don't value what we have until we lose it," resonates deeply with countless moments in life, teaching us to cherish even the simplest joys while they last. For a group of train conductors in Tulsa, Oklahoma, this profound truth revealed itself in the most unexpected way, through their bond with a little girl named Rio. Every day, like clockwork, Rio would appear at the window of a building nestled by the railroad tracks. Her cheerful wave, so innocent yet full of warmth, became the highlight of their daily journeys. What began as a fleeting moment of connection turned into a beautiful ritual that bridged two very different worlds and left an indelible mark on everyone involved. For 3 years, this heartwarming exchange continued. Each time the train passed by, the conductors would look forward to seeing Rio's smiling face, her tiny hand waving enthusiastically from the window. It became a symbol of continuity and joy in their often monotonous routines. But one day, something changed. The conductors, accustomed to the sight of Rio at her window, noticed her absence. The cheerful wave they had come to expect was missing, and in its place, they saw something entirely unexpected: a note taped to the glass. Its presence was puzzling, but the message it carried would soon strike a chord that none of them could forget. Rio's mother, Brianna Heffley Shepard, later took to social media to share the deeply moving story, offering a glimpse into the unlikely bond that had formed between her daughter and the train conductors. "About 3 years ago," Brianna wrote, "our family's business relocated to a new building. The building happened to sit right next to the railroad tracks, giving us a perfect view of the trains as they passed by each day. It was something we hadn't given much thought to at the time, but it soon became a special part of our lives." For Rio, the trains were a source of endless fascination. Her childlike curiosity and joy were instantly drawn to the large, rumbling locomotives that sped past her window. Before long, she began waving to the conductors, her little hand eagerly raised in greeting. To her delight, the conductors started waving back. What might have seemed like a small, fleeting interaction to others became a daily tradition for Rio and her newfound friends. The brief moments of acknowledgement brought immense joy to a little girl who saw magic in the simple act of connection. As the days turned into weeks and weeks into months, the bond between Rio and the train conductors grew stronger. The conductors, too, came to look forward to seeing the cheerful girl with her blonde hair and infectious smile. They would sound the train's horn as they approached, a signal that never failed to send Rio running to the window with excitement. Opening their own windows, they would wave back, sharing a moment of pure, unspoken kindness that transcended words. "Every time I saw it, tears filled my eyes," Brianna later confessed, reflecting on how something so simple could bring so much joy. But life, as it often does, kept moving forward. Change was inevitable, and for Rio, that change came in the form of starting school. For Brianna, this milestone brought a mix of pride and heartache. "Having her start school was harder than I expected," she admitted. "It felt like the end of an era, a chapter in her childhood that I wasn't ready to close." But it wasn't just Brianna who felt the impact. On that first day of school, as the train approached and the conductors sounded the horn, Rio wasn't there to wave back. Instead, Brianna stood at the window, her heart heavy with emotion. Tears streamed down her face as she weakly lifted her hand in Rio's place, knowing the conductors would notice her absence. Worried that the conductors might be confused or saddened by Rio's sudden disappearance, Brianna decided to leave a note on the window. On a simple piece of paper, she wrote, "She went to school," and taped it to the glass. The next day, as the train horn echoed through the air, Brianna ran to the window to see if they had noticed. Though they couldn't communicate directly, she could feel their understanding and empathy, a silent acknowledgement of the change that had come. For Brianna, it was a bittersweet moment, a reminder of the 3 years of unwavering connection that her daughter had shared with these strangers. The weeks that followed felt quieter, almost emptier. Though the train continued its daily route, the absence of Rio's wave left a noticeable void. The ritual that had brought so much joy to both Rio and the conductors was now a cherished memory, a reminder of how fleeting such moments can be. Then, one morning, just as Brianna was settling into the store after opening for the day, she heard a knock at the door. Standing there was a man dressed in a bright yellow shirt, with earplugs dangling around his neck. At first glance, Brianna assumed he was a construction foreman, perhaps there to discuss some repairs they had been considering for the building. But as he began to speak, it became clear that he was there for something far more meaningful. "I'm one of the train conductors," he explained, his voice filled with genuine concern. "We've been wondering about the little girl who used to wave at us. She hasn't been at the window for a while, and we just wanted to make sure she's okay." Brianna's heart swelled with emotion as she realized the depth of care these men had for her daughter. For 3 years, Rio's simple wave had brought light to their days, and her absence had left a noticeable gap in their lives.